Hey guys, Ponce here to talk to you about the proposed jungle changes for the Aatrox patch. Now, before anyone asks, Aatrox is not out on the Polytest realm. I'll have the videos out when he's actually out. So don't ask me about that. And this patch isn't even, like, none of the changes are actually out. The proposed jungle changes are not currently out. I just want to talk about them a little bit because they were sort of announced on the forums. I don't know if everyone saw them because they're well, not everyone can find this stuff. But yeah, basically they're kind of interesting. The reason I'm covering them is because it kind of affects everyone. The main thing is, see how the wolves just spawned at 140 there? That no longer happens. Basically, none of the camps will spawn at 140 now. They will all spawn simultaneously, or next patch presumably. The testing, if assuming the testing goes well, they'll all start spawn right now at 155 simultaneously, which means junglers no longer start wolves and then go blue and stuff like that. Bottom lane will not be taking double golems most likely. Yeah, basically no one will be taking any early camps. Mid will not probably take wraiths immediately if he has the option. I've even seen weird things where purple side will top side will sometimes take gold. I think I've seen that once. It's really weird. Usually not particularly viable. But yeah, basically the level 1 free for all in the jungle is coming to a close. No more smorgasbord. Which is very interesting. I mean, like the most obvious change here is, well, it's the jungle. He doesn't start wolves anymore. Now, to compensate for that, or wraiths, the proposed change is that the main camps will give. Now, they used to give 220 EXP. Now they'll give 275, so a 55 EXP increase. Now, that doesn't quite add up to a full camp clear, but to additionally compensate, wolves and double golems will now spawn 10 seconds faster each time they die. So they respawn, I believe, 50 seconds in 50 seconds as opposed to 60. Wraiths stay the same because they respawn really fast anyway. So, I mean, aside from the jungler, this has actually a lot of implications. For example, the one Riot themselves cites, I think they did in their post, is that blue side will no longer have the double golem starting bottom lane advantage thing. So there's no, and especially in the professional scene, like there's no less, need for like sort of a lane swappy thing, getting the early golems. That's obviously not the only reason they lane swap, but at least that's gone. Additionally, and this is what I find more interesting to as a top laner, is when I start blue side, I'm not going to have to so vigilantly guard this path here. Well, at the very least, stay until about 132nd. Normally what happens is you get to the 132nd mark, then I'll leave because I'm pretty scared of a late invade coming out of this tribe rush here. I'm really surprised I don't see it more often because it's a really effective tactic. What usually and I don't think I've ever seen it fail when people actually try it. So like I say, I don't know why more people don't do it. But basically, three people will gather in here: the jungler, top lane, mid lane. If you really want to be ambitious and get everyone in there, they just come down here. They move out at like the 1 minute 40-second mark because there's no way anyone's gonna be sitting here that long if you know the jungler's gonna start blue. Because everyone goes down here and helps with the wolves, right? Now you don't need to help with wolves, so you can stay up here right up until like the 1 minute 50-second mark or something. And I mean, the invade could, in theory, still happen. Um, but, now top, middle, and jungle really have to commit to it. So, I mean, you're probably not never going to see this gank, but it's a lot more of a huge commitment to everyone involved. It's not so much of a free thing, and it's much easier to spot out. Obviously, the way to counter that is you place an early ward up here if you're really scared of it. But I mean, the fact that it almost never happened this gank means that no one ever put wards here really early, at least in your typical game. I'm not talking about competitive stuff here, or if you're in the diamond bracket or challenger bracket or something. It's probably a bit different. But for the 99% of us out here, oh, it's more than 99%. Yeah, this annoyingness is gone. So I'm happy about that personally. Um, so yeah, why don't we just alt tab into this is the post here. You can find it somewhere on the forums, but this is all the raw data here. Basically everything I've covered already. And those are my thoughts on the change. So I really like this. It surprises me this took so long, for this to actually happen. Um, I always found it kind of mystifying that the smaller camps respawned first anyway. It's kind of weird. But So there was a reason for it, and yeah, like I said, I'll get the Aatrox stuff up and whatever other really interesting public content realm patch changes are particularly interesting. I'll cover that when it's out. So thanks for watching and see you guys around.